We absolutely have free will. But that doesn't necessarily mean we're free. Because I think freedom is about consciousness. And the more expanded your consciousness becomes, the freer you are.
Yeah, it's a hot day. I'm hanging in the sunshine. You should hit me with the splash gun.
Hey, what's up? It's Case with Everyday Masters. I know it's been a while since my last video. It's been really busy and thinking about a few different kinds of videos. I came across this one email, and it actually kind of, when I was going through it in my head, I was answering it as I'm reading it, I'm answering it. And I realized like this email just kind of covers all the topics that I was thinking about doing a video on. So I'm just going to read this guy's email, and then I'll just make comments as I go through. I've been struggling personally for nearly 20 years now with depression, anxiety, ringing in the ears, sore muscles, fibromyalgia, chronic fatigue, and several other symptoms. I've received a whole host of explanations from specialists, including Lyme disease, mold toxicity, Epstein-Barr virus, etc., etc. I hear this a lot. I really do. People that have these this depression, this anxiety, and these other symptoms of, chronic fatigue and, sore muscles. And then they go to the doctor, and the doctors can never figure out what's wrong with them. They tell them it's one thing, and then they tell them another thing. You know what I think it is? I think that deep down, we know at the deepest level, something's wrong. This is not the way we're supposed to live. Like, we can feel it. And I don't know if you've ever had a kid, when you come into this world, when you're born into this world, you don't know hate. You don't know judgment. We learn all these ideas, all these beliefs about separation, and I don't know, we're living such a fake reality to our true self that this being out of alignment, this living and believing one way, but at our core we know that we're different. It has to manifest in the physical, and I think that's why we feel depressed. We know something is wrong. I feel like whatever it is has been robbing me of my full life experience and full potential. How can it not? How can it not? When you've been lied to about everything, how can it not limit your full potential? Almost like the nervous system is telling me I'm in the wrong place or to keep searching. That's exactly what it's doing. That's how it's designed. That's our internal guidance system. We can feel when something isn't right for us. We're like, why am I feeling this way? It's because you feel this way because you're in the wrong situation. You're in a situation that's not healthy for you. You're having thoughts that are not healthy for you. You're at a job that is not healthy for you. Your body is rejecting these choices you're making. Your videos resonated with me, and this is something I at least have to check out. You should check it out. You're going to dig it. I like the idea of reactivating my DNA, for example, or activating light through my system, which could perhaps help with the clearing of the system so I can start going about living. Your body already, your cells of your body already communicate by light. And one day we're going to develop the technology to look at our body on a quantum level. And you know what we're going to find? We're going to find out that we glow, that there's this constant communication with ourselves. I absolutely love your example there of activating the light throughout your system to clear it out, to bring it back into balance so you can start going about living again. One random question about the activation. Sometimes in my darkest days, I feel like it is inevitable that I'm going to end up dead at an early age. Usually these thoughts involve the thoughts of suicide. I think I am strong enough currently that that's not on my immediate future. But sometimes I have this strong feeling that it's my destiny. I hate when I hear the fact that people feel like this negative destiny, because that's bullshit. Really, all those beliefs have come from the outside world, from stimulus, from TV, from shows you watch, from people you hang out with, from the books you read. You have to change the external influence. That way it makes it easier to change the internal. Because when you start to change the internal, but you keep watching the same shows or reading the same stuff or listening to the same stuff that has fear and negativity and death, and dude, that is seeping in. So it's almost impossible to change your thoughts if you keep your routine, if you keep the same external influences always coming into your brain. It makes it a lot more challenging. That's why you have to, when you're around negative people, you have to get the fuck away from those people. At least to the point to where you can rise above it and they can't affect you anymore. My question is, do you believe that people's destinies are written in stone? You absolutely have free will. You absolutely are free to choose. But that doesn't necessarily mean you're free. Because just because you're free to make choices, that doesn't mean that are you free to like this free? Are you free like this? Are you free to make choices that fit in your little box? Because that's not really free. And a really good metaphor to describe what I think freedom is. Life is like a river, and you're going down this river and you're in a canoe. You cannot control the speed of the river. You cannot control if the river's getting ready to turn to the right or to the left or go over a waterfall. You have no control over that. But you do have control over, if you can look around. You look around, you can look to the left, you can look to the right, you have control over how you perceive that. Do you see beauty? Or do you see death? You know what I mean? How you get to interpret what you're seeing and what you're experiencing. That's what you're free. But that's a very limited freedom. Then there's, I think another level of freedom is when you start to first of all realize that you've been programmed. That everything you believe, you've been programmed to believe. And you've adopted those beliefs for whatever reason, and they've become who you are, how you're experiencing this world. Because no matter what you believe, that's what you're going to see in the world. The world mirrors back that. Once you start to realize how powerful your thoughts are and how powerful, then you get a rudder. You got a rudder. So in your canoe, and you're like, hey, I kind of want to go check out what's on the left side. So then you just go over and you start going down the left. Like, hey, what's going over there on the right side? I'm going to check that out. So then you have more control over your life. Absolutely. But you still can't control the speed of the river. You can't control if it's going to the left or the right or if there's a waterfall up there. But then there's another level of consciousness. And that's what over half of my videos are about. That's when you realize that the you that's in that canoe, that's got the rudder, that's going to which side they want to go to, did you are the river. You're everything. But you're perceiving it through this tiny reflection. And that's you. And when you realize you're part of this, you're part of everything, and you have this co-pilot, this higher self that's always been with you. You learn how to communicate with this higher self. Dude, then you control the river. You control the speed. You can change the river. I think Jesus said, when you combine the two into one, you say, mountain move, and the mountain will move. Well, I think that's what he was talking about, that level of consciousness when you you realize you're everything, but you're also experiencing it as an individual, but yet still knowing you're all connected. When you combine those two levels of understanding of consciousness into one, then you can just do whatever you want. And if you just look around, people are doing that all over. I think I'm getting there. I'm definitely getting there. I don't know where I'm at, but I feel like I'm progressing to a different stage at all times. I do believe that, you know, when we choose this life and when we choose our parents, that we do choose certain experiences that we're going to go through. We choose the colors of our life on the other side. But once we come here, we're the artist. We make the artwork. Our life is the artwork. But so we're free to make whatever artwork we want, but we actually chose the colors on the other side. Back to this. When their DNA is activated, does it typically result in positive experiences? Now that's interesting, positive experiences, because sometimes when things happen to us in the present moment, they don't seem too positive. But when you get a little bit of time and you look back, you realize that it was an absolute blessing. If you're in a shitty job and you're like, I'm thankful that I have a more fulfilling job, one that I'm excited to get up to go to. You know, that, or maybe I have a job, I'm my own boss. Nobody tells me what to do. Well, when you put that out in the universe, I'm always amazed when people like are surprised when they like get fired, or like the business shuts down, or like something really bad happens, you know? And how about the combo when you hate your job and you hate the relationship you're in, and then they quit their job and their relationship falls apart within like 3 weeks. And like, what the fuck, what's going on, man? Like, this is supposed to be great. It's supposed to be like happy stuff. Well, I mean, if what you're doing you hate, and you and you start creating something that has to fall apart. You know what I mean? Like, you realize that, right? Like, and then you get the email and you're like, dude, you're not gonna believe this. I don't know how this happened, but now I have this, and I have found this, that, you know, I went over to this person's house and was introduced to their neighbor, and oh my God, we have this amazing relationship. Like, those are the emails I like, because this isn't fast food, okay? It is for some people, you know what I mean? Like, I for some reason, I had like this traumatic, like one day, like insane thing that happened to me. And maybe it just happened to me that fast, because so I would get this information out, because I know what happened. I want to believe in light and the good, and that being activated or tuned in, for lack of a better term, will bring me to my higher self, which can only be for the good. Yeah, dude, your higher self has nothing but good intentions. Your higher self didn't create a life for you to suffer in. It's the beliefs that we've been indoctrinated to believe that is creating this suffering. That's it. They're beliefs. You just throw them out like trash, replace them with new beliefs, and your life will start to change. That's the way this simulation works. And even if you change your beliefs and you don't have any passion behind them, you know what I mean? Like, say you start looking in the mirror and you're like, I love you. I really love you. But you don't feel any passion. Well, it doesn't matter. Because if you keep saying it, you're going to start seeing things that you love about yourself more and more. And then when you look in the mirror and you say, I love you, you're going to feel it. And when you feel it, dude, turbo drive. But my hesitation is around the potential that the activation could accelerate a dark destiny which is playing out, and I'm avoiding it. You don't have a dark destiny. I swear to God, I really think that it's the media. It's the movies we watch, the TV shows we watch. This constant bombardment of dark and death and zombies and all this shit, man. Like, when you watch TV, your ability to filter information is gone. You're an open slate. You're like a 5-year-old kid watching TV. And when you watch this low frequency negative shit, it seeps into your brain and it plants seeds. So change what you're doing, and quickly you'll discover that you don't have a dark destiny. It seems odd because I can sense this drawing towards some intelligence that could help break me free from all this. And that's what this awakening is doing. This is the process, dude. You're right there. You're right there. You can feel it. Something so big. You can feel it. I signed up for the group sessions, but would love to do a private session. Man, please jump in the group sessions, because this is what you're going to love this, dude. But I would love to do a private session. Cool. I'm a couple weeks backed up, so it's like a 3-week wait, but it's cool. 3 weeks goes like that. Any chance you're going to be in Baltimore area sometime soon and we could connect? I will not be in Baltimore. I will be in New York City, Florida, either Miami or Tampa, Texas, either Houston or Dallas, in the first 2 or 3 weeks in August. And then I'll do something later in the year. I'll hit like 6 states by the end of the year. Okay, so that's about it. Thank you, Phil in Baltimore, for giving me an idea to do a quick video. I haven't been too motivated lately. I've just been kind of chilling. And but when I read your email, I appreciated it. And so I hope that helped a little bit. Group sessions June 15th and 16th. If you don't know what I do, watch some of my videos. And if it resonates with you, jump on in, because I think you're going to dig it. So, okay, man, there's something amazing happening on this planet, and I am just blessed to be a part of it. And I hope everybody has an amazing life. Peace.
Won't you come on over? We can party till the sun's down. Baby, let me buy you a drink while we're dancing a blink. I could go for some Queen Bee too. Bass is going boom, boom.
We talked about contracts with people, like, we have these contracts. We came in and, like, hey, man, I'm going to come in and I'm going to be your, wife, and I'm going to drive you crazy for 35 years. I'm just going to make you miserable, and then you're going to do it to me. And so I think we come in and we play these roles. But I think when it comes to contracts, all the contracts have been paid in full.
Surfing on a wave of good feelings. Well, it's just another Friday in paradise.
When a child comes into this planet, when a child is born, they don't know hate. They don't know judgment. But I'm shooting a video, okay? Go ahead. I can still see you, though. What? Okay.
It's getting kinda crazy up in here. Got that DJ playing music, everybody wants to hear, yeah. It's getting kinda crazy up in here. Everybody wants to ride in the water slide.